Well, we were going to try and go fishing today, but a couple inches of snow and freezing rain pretty much ruined that. So today, we're going to do my top 3 rod and reel combos that every angler should have, so stick around. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of B&B TV, and we're going to talk about the 3 top rods I think every angler should have in their arsenal. And the first rod is a 7-foot medium fast action spinning rod with a medium size spinning reel, 20 to 30 pound braid for the main line, and anywhere from a 6 to 10 pound fluorocarbon leader. And what this is going to allow you to do to fish any of those light lures or those finesse style baits like a tube, a shaky head, a wacky rig, a Senko, drop shot, all of those you can do on a 7-foot medium fast action spinning reel. If you are fishing a heavy pressured lake or a deep clear lake, you can't get bit on anything else. You have to drop down to a lighter line size. You have to have a finesse setup in your arsenal because they just won't bite on anything else. One thing that I would do is, I don't have it here on this particular rod because I didn't have any. I would go with a high vis braid. That way you can give you a little more visibility and see what that actual line is doing. You can also use this to skip under docks. If you can't skip with a bait casting reel, this would be perfect. So that's rod number 1 of the 3 that I think you should have in your arsenal. Alright, the second rod you should have in your arsenal is a 7-foot medium fast action bait casting setup with a 6/8 to 1 reel. It's that in-between speed. It's not a 5/4, it's not a 7/3, it's not a 7/8. You can move bait slow and you can speed them up with this. I would use anywhere from a 12 to 15 pound fluorocarbon line, probably 15, because some of the baits you're going to be throwing with this are going to be to cover. You know, your lipless crankbaits, your square bills, your medium diving crankbaits, lighter spinner baits, lighter chatter baits, smaller jigs, light Texas rigs, maybe a light Carolina rig. Anything with a light wire hook you can throw on this setup. So you're not going to throw any of your heavy jigs or your heavy flipping hooks with this, because it's just not going to have the power to set that hook into that fish. So that is the second rod you should have in your arsenal. Alright guys, the third and final rod you need to have in your arsenal is a 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod with a 7/3 to 1 or 8/3 to 1 speed reel, because a lot of the techniques that you're going to use with this, you need to get that bait back in and cast back out. You can use this bait for flipping and pitching. You know, you're going to have your heavy jigs, your heavy Carolina rigs. You can throw a frog on this particular bait. You can throw your swim baits on this. You can even throw your bigger top water. I've thrown some big spooks with this. It's done pretty well. You're going to want 50-pound braid or 65-pound braid. I went with 50-pound braid because I think it gives me a little bit extra distance, and it's strong enough to cover anything that I'm going to do. You can throw your bigger spinner baits, your bigger chatter baits, anything with a heavy wire hook. This is the rod for you. Now, you're not going to go down to Okeechobee and flip those super thick mats with this. That is not going to work. You are going to need a heavy rod for that. So that is the third rod, the 7-foot medium heavy action fast rod with a 7/3 or 8 to 1 speed reel. Alright guys, that's my top 3 rods that every angler should have in their arsenal, especially for you bank anglers who don't want to carry around 6 different rods. These 3 will cover 90% of the techniques that you're going to use, so you don't have to worry about, did I leave a rod somewhere, or I've got too much equipment to carry around. These 3, your backpack, you are good. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next week, and as always, if all else fails, just go fish.